How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video on my new webcam for the intros and outros. So hopefully I look a little bit better. Members first, of course, because we've got a new figure. As you can see behind me, we got Lizard from Amazing Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home. Finally, he came a day late for me. So here he is in the box. We're going to get him out of the box as soon as possible. But yeah, with all that being said, become a channel member, hit like, hit subscribe. I should probably say this stuff at the beginning. But yeah, with all that being said, let's take a closer look at the box and we'll get this bad boy open.
Taking a look at the front of the box, you can see at the top it says Marvel Legends series, Marvel's Lizard on the right, Marvel Studios Spider-Man No Way Home, Hasbro 4+ at the bottom. On this side we get some artwork of the Lizard. Taking a look at the back of the box, you can see we've got that artwork expanded, Marvel's Lizard, Marvel Legends series, and we get a blurb. Dr. Connors is back in his reptile form, ready to take on Spider-Man. Open window on this side, Marvel's Lizard and Marvel Legends series once again. Top of the box, bottom of the box, and with all that being said, Peter Parker.
All these souls, lost and alone, I can save them, I can cure them. There's no need to stop me, Peter.
How am I going to get this open? Other than brute strength, I don't see anything sharp around. So let me use ingenuity, I guess. There we go. She did it, y'all. Also, channel merch, we have that. So make sure if you want some Rowdy Rascals, Rowdy Riles rep, you check out the channel merch. It is linked on my profile. And here is the Lizard out of the cardboard. Let me get him out of the plastic.
Here is our Marvel Legends Amazing Spider-Man / No Way Home Lizard out of the box. And I think I know he's a remake of an older figure. The body is reused from that Lizard, but all the limbs, the arms, the tail, all that stuff I believe is new. I don't have the older figure. But look at all the texture. They put all the scales and stuff in there. We get 2 alternate head sculpts. He's less gangly than the older figure. I know that for a fact. But yeah, it's great to have all the villains from Spider-Man because it took a long time for them. Because that movie came out in what, 2021? 4 years ago at this point. And Lizard was the last key to the puzzle after getting Electro. And we finally have him. So that is really cool. And I have a space for him in my Spider-Man MCU trilogy shelf. And I'm really excited to fill that gap, of course, after we finish this video. And there's really not too much paint other than a head sculpt because he's just a green scaly lizard. But we do have the lighter paint on the chest and on the bottom of the tail down there coming down to the end because, you know, lizards have a lighter underbelly usually. And then, of course, you have the head sculpt with the gums and the teeth and the lighter stuff on the face. Definitely a very different look than the comic book Lizard, but it's okay because it was a movie and it worked for the movie in my opinion. Sorry for moving the camera around so much, gosh, and then I bump it again. But yeah, I definitely like this Lizard a lot. I'm glad to finally have him. So let's dig in.
Connors? Wait, you know this creature?
No, not a creature. Man, Kirk Connors. He was a scientist at Oscorp when I worked there. A brilliant scientist.
Checking out his height, you know he's a big boy. Look how tall he is. He is about 7.5 inches tall. So definitely a big lizard boy, which may as well just get right into the articulation. So starting at the head, it goes forward, and then that neck goes backwards a little bit so he can go up about that far. So definitely can look up like a lizard. That ball peg in there also works. I didn't mean to pop the head off, but it worked in his favor. So yeah, we got the neck and the head, so a little bit of movement there. Shoulders come up over 90 degrees, very nice. Bicep cut, pinless double elbows that work perfectly. We've got a ball peg in the upper torso, which means he can lean over like that. Legs come forward to the side. We've got pinless double knees, thigh cuts, ankle rockers, and then the tail is on a swivel. There's no wire in there, unfortunately, but definitely can get down in some lizard poses with those inverted knees and all that stuff, and the tail. It helps with balance. So definitely glad to have this lizard in my possession finally. Because gosh, waiting kills me. That's the thing about FOMO, is the waiting. But you know, I got him at retail. He came early, so can't really complain too much, I guess. And we are getting hit, my goodness, with a lot of pre-orders all at once. And most of them, it's just like, I have to cancel you. I'm sorry. Just can't do it. But sometimes you need, and if you have a gift card, that helps too. Wink, wink. Because I have Maximum Hulk coming on Tuesday, which is pretty dang cool. All right, for accessories, we don't really get much. We get a neutral lizard head, which is very nice, with his, well, I guess I gotta leave it, his mouth closed, painted nicely. We've got the lighter greens on top of that darker green, and he's just got that neutral face. Brown human eyes underneath that lizard torso, and then we get 2 more open hands, because we got, I would have liked another fist, but instead we got more gesturing hands, and only 1 fist. So that's a little puzzling. But that is it for our lizard accessories. So you know what comes next. Everyone's favorite part, especially when you have a complete set: comparisons. So first up, for scale and comparison, we finally have the whole No Way Home crew together. As you can see, Lizard is the biggest, although he is crouched over. Of course, we've got Doc Ock in the back, Sandman, Electro, the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, and then we've got our 3 Spider-Men, Toby, Andrew, and Tom in the front. Which, what a great group shot. It would have been so much work for me to have them all standing straight up, but you know how they scale. Tom Holland's the shortest, Lizard is the biggest, and Green Goblin is the second biggest, etc., etc. So yeah, Andrew Garfield is the biggest Spider-Man, Toby is in the middle, Tom is the bottom. But this is probably how they're going to look on my shelf, because it just looks fantastic, doesn't it? Here is Lizard with a Monster Force Kilowog and a G.I. Joe Classified, with Rowdy Riles and Rhea Ripley, who apparently are going to be in a tag team together on Legend Series LSWA. So go check that out. Become a channel member and become a wrestler. Sorry, plug in another YouTuber, but I feel like it's worth it at that point.
Speaking of which, what happened to you? Last I recall, you had bad teeth, glasses, and a comb-over. Did you get a makeover?
You know I can give you a real makeover.
Let me guess. Into a lizard?
Exactly.
So with all that being said, y'all, I am absolutely glad that we finally have our final villain from Spider-Man No Way Home, the Lizard. It took him, well, he's supposed to come out in August, and they kept pushing it forward and forward because of the T word. But yeah, awesome figure. If you guys like this video, smash like, hit subscribe, comment, let me know if you have him. If you're excited to have No Way Home finally complete, how your day is going, just say hey. Become a channel member, like I said. What else is there? Check out my giveaways. We're coming up on 3.5K, and then we will be giving away a retro card Venom. So make sure you are entered to win that. And there's more giveaways after that. Do all that stuff. Keep your head up. Stay brave. Be kind to your local LGBTQ community. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah. Peter Parker.